A lot of people don't know understand that the Bible really talks about the Masjid or Aqsa and the Dome of the Rock. And all these tragedies happening between Israel and Palestine is something that has been prophesied, and this is the time for its fulfillment. And I'm going to show you exactly how this prophecy is being fulfilled and what are the plans of Israel or the Jews when they conquer Gaza and they take full control over Jerusalem. With that being said, welcome to our channel where we talk more about times and seasons, where you know where we are from, and where we are going in accordance to God's timeline. If you like such kind of content, make sure to subscribe to our channel. According to historical sources, it is believed that the place where stands the Dome of the Rock is known as the Mount Moriah. So why is that place so important to Jews and also to Muslims? So I'm going to explain this according to biblical point of view, not according to someone else understanding, but according to the Bible. So before we go any further, let's try to understand why that place where stands the Dome of the Rock is so important to Muslims. So according to Islamic sources, it is believed that that place where stands the Dome of the Rock is a place where their Prophet Muhammad ascended into heavens, a journey known as Isra wal Miraj. I hope I spelled that correctly. And apart from that, is also the third holy place to Muslims, the first being Mecca, where there's a Kaaba, and also the second Medina, and that's why that place is very important to them, just in belief. But with the Jews, that's all another different story. The Jews do believe that Jerusalem and the place where stands the Dome of the Rock belongs to them. But what does the Bible have to say concerning that? As I said before, I'm going to explain this using biblical evidence. So let's see what the Bible have to say concerning this. So according to some historical sources, it is believed that the place where stands the Dome of the Rock is known as Mount Moriah. And also according to the Bible shows us that that same place where stands the Dome of the Rock is Mount Moriah. Let me show you how. Because when you read Genesis 22:2, you find that that same place is the place where Abraham wanted to sacrifice his only son Isaac at Mount Moriah. Apart from that, you can look into First Chronicles 21:25. It shows that same place is the place where David bought land from Onan as he wanted to build the house for the Lord, but did not manage. But his son King Solomon in 1016 started on the second month, which is Ziph, on the second day in 1016 BC, he started building the house of the Lord, and this is found in Second Chronicles 3:1. You see, that's why it is very important place for the Jews also. And after construction of the temple by King Solomon made it open that the people of God, whenever they do wrong acts against God, they may look up to Jerusalem where there's the temple, so that God in heaven can hear them. That's why this place is so important to the Jews. I can say it is the most holy place for them, the first one. I mean, we all know that the first temple, the second temple were both destroyed, the latest being in 70 AD, which was destroyed by Titus in 70 AD, the Roman general. And this led a lot of Jews to flee Jerusalem and Israel, with leaving that place obsolete. And at one point in time, Islam came and managed to construct the temple. Let me show you how. The Dome of the Rock was completed in 691 AD by a certain Islamic ruler, and it is historically proven. Hence, when we agree on this one, that the year of completion was 691 AD, that can be our good starting point. Since I'm about to show you how this year was fulfilled prophetically. When you read Daniel 12:11, it shows that from a certain time, or to be specific, from the time the daily sacrifice is abolished or taken, the abomination that causes desolation will be set up. It further went on explaining the period which will pass between those two events to be 1290 days or 1290 years. So this is where it's interesting. The abomination that causes desolation is actually the Dome of the Rock. And let me show you how. Let's get back in time. 1290 years, the starting point being 691 AD, when the desolation that causes abomination was set. you find that it takes us back to 599 BC. And during this period, it was the period of King Nebuchadnezzar. And what happened at that time, something interesting. According to the Bible genealogy, which a lot of you who are interested in the studies of the seasons and times, shows us that in 599 BC, it was a period which happened a great event known as Babylon captivity. And it was during this event when the daily sacrifice was taken, because the king was taken and all the high priests were taken, including all equipment or utensils used for the performance of the sacrifice. So see, this prophecy was actually fulfilled as prophesied. Something that is happening in Israel, it is not something political, it is something religious, and the prophets will be fulfilled. Israel will conquer Gaza and the Palestinians, because the Jews are preparing to build the third temple. And you know where? That same place, they do believe that same place where there's the dome of the Lord is the place where they need to build the third temple. There's no other place where they believe they can build apart from that. That's why there's heavy war in Israel, because they want to take control over Gaza and also over Jerusalem. Before we end, let me predict something here. In Daniel 12:11, now on Daniel 12:12, it shows us, blessed are those who will reach 1335 years, 35 days, which are prophetic days. So it's 1335 days. So when you start those years from the time where the Dome of the Lord was constructed in 691 AD, when you add 1335 years, it takes you to exactly 2026. So expect something shocking to happen by the end of 2026. The Dome of the Lord will be destroyed to pave way for the construction of the third temple. Because why will it be destroyed? Why am I so much confident and believe that it will be destroyed? Because the times of the Gentiles to trample upon Israel and the city of Jerusalem is coming to an end.